You've used it to find a friend's house, explore the streets of Paris, or hike a trail in the Grand Canyon. Google Street View has mapped almost every corner of our planet, giving us a window into places we might never see. But what if there were places the all-seeing camera cars couldn't reach? Places hidden from plain sight, guarded by governments, or simply too remote for technology. Today, we're going to look at 20 locations that are, by design, completely off the digital map. 1. Area 51, Nevada, USA. Why Google can't go here? It's a top-secret U.S. military base with a perimeter so secure that a civilian can't even get within miles of the fence line. You've heard the name and you've seen the memes. Area 51 is the most famous secret place in the world. It's a highly classified U.S. Air Force facility located in the Nevada desert, and its very existence wasn't officially acknowledged by the government until 2013. While you can see the base from space on Google Maps, the satellite view, if you try to get a street-level view, you'll find yourself on a long, dusty road with a stern sign and a lot of armed guards. The base is used for the development and testing of experimental aircraft, and its intense secrecy has made it the central hub for UFO and alien conspiracy theories for decades. Google's Street View cars are not just legally prohibited from entering. The security is a matter of national defense. 2. Pyongyang, North Korea. Why Google can't go here? The country's totalitarian government severely restricts foreign access and photography. Try to drop the Street View pin into the heart of North Korea's capital, Pyongyang, and you'll be met with a blank screen. The entire country is a digital black hole. This isn't because of a technical issue. It's a matter of policy. The North Korean government exercises near total control over information, and allowing a foreign company to freely map its streets is a direct threat to that control. While a few photographers and journalists have captured 360-degree footage with special permission, Google's camera cars are not allowed to roam freely. The street-level world of North Korea remains one of the most mysterious and visually restricted places on Earth. 3. Mezhgorye, Republic of Bashkortostan, Russia. Why Google can't go here? It is a closed military town with a top-secret purpose. What's a closed town? In Russia, it's a city that doesn't officially exist. Mezhgorye is a town in the Ural Mountains, completely off-limits to foreigners and most Russians. The town is widely believed to be the site of a top-secret government nuclear bunker and military installation on Mount Yamantau. For decades, Western intelligence has speculated on its purpose. The town is heavily guarded, and any unauthorized access would be a serious crime. The very nature of Mezhgorye, a government-enforced secret, means that it will never be on Google Street View or any other public mapping service. It's a real place that exists in the shadows of the digital world. A quick favor, if you're as fascinated by these secrets as I am, please hit that like button to help more people discover this video. 4. The Church of Our Lady of Zion, Ethiopia. Why Google can't go here? It is a holy site said to be the resting place of the Ark of the Covenant, with access strictly limited to a single guardian monk. In the ancient city of Aksum, Ethiopia, sits a small, unassuming chapel. Yet this building is at the center of one of the world's most enduring mysteries. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims this chapel is the final resting place of the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred box that once held the Ten Commandments. According to tradition, the Ark was brought to Ethiopia by the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Today, the legendary relic is guarded by a single appointed monk who is forbidden from ever leaving the chapel grounds. Not even the head of the church is allowed to enter the inner sanctum. For a sacred relic of this magnitude, the security is not a matter of armed guards, but of unwavering faith and tradition, keeping the site completely off-limits to any outsider, including Google's cameras. 5. The Cern Hadron Collider, Switzerland. Why Google can't go here? It's an active, high-tech research facility that requires specialized access. It's the most powerful particle accelerator on the planet. Deep beneath the border of Switzerland and France lies the Large Hadron Collider, a 17-mile ring that smashes atoms together to unlock the secrets of the universe. The Street View team has managed to capture a few photos of the immense underground tunnels and detection chambers, but these are highly curated, pre-approved images. You cannot simply walk in and film, as it's a very active scientific facility with extreme safety protocols and highly sensitive equipment. Its exclusion from a live, ground-level tour is due to both security and safety. 6. The Lascaux Caves, France. Why Google can't go here? Access is completely restricted to preserve 17,000-year-old Paleolithic art from destruction. Discovered in 1940, the Lascaux Caves contain some of the most spectacular cave paintings in the world, often called the Sistine Chapel of prehistoric art. For a brief period, they were a major tourist attraction, but that flood of visitors brought with it something unexpected and destructive: mold, fungus, and carbon dioxide. The sheer number of people entering the cave disrupted its delicate ecosystem, causing irreversible damage to the art. The French government made the difficult decision to close the caves to the public in 1963 to prevent further decay. Now, access is limited to a handful of scientists and conservationists who monitor the site, ensuring that these masterpieces can survive for future generations. 7. Ilha da Quiemada Grande, Snake Island, Brazil. Why Google can't go here? The island is a protected, uninhabited home to one of the world's deadliest snakes. This small island off the coast of Brazil is a real-life horror story. It's so densely populated with snakes that some estimates claim there is up to 1 snake for every square meter. It is the sole home of the golden lancehead pit viper, a critically endangered species whose venom is 5 times more potent than that of its mainland relatives, powerful enough to melt human flesh. The Brazilian government has declared the island off-limits to everyone except for a few sanctioned researchers. The ban is in place to protect both the snakes, which are highly valuable on the black market, and to save any human life from a certain agonizing death. 8. Poveglia Island, Italy. Why Google can't go here? A dark history and rumored paranormal activity have led to it being officially declared off-limits. Just a short boat ride from the bustling canals of Venice lies a quiet, overgrown island with a terrifying history. For centuries, Poveglia served as a plague quarantine station, where thousands of sick and dying people were sent to live out their last days, often being burned in mass graves. Later, it was home to a mental asylum with a reputation for cruel medical experiments. Today, the island is abandoned, its buildings decaying. The Italian government has officially banned all visitors, declaring the site a safety hazard due to the unstable structures. This has only fueled the many ghost stories that surround the island. 9. The Vatican Apostolic Archives. Why Google can't go here? It's a private archive of the Pope, with access restricted to a select few scholars. Contrary to popular belief, the Vatican Archives are not secret. The Latin term Archivium Secretum Vaticanum translates to private or personal archive of the Pope. However, that doesn't mean you can just walk in. The archives are a highly secure fortress holding over 12 centuries of historical documents, including papal decrees, correspondence from figures like Michelangelo and Mary, Queen of Scots, and official records. Only a select group of vetted and qualified scholars with a PhD or equivalent degree are granted entry to the reading rooms to conduct research on specific approved topics. The general public is not allowed inside. 10. North Sentinel Island, India. Why Google can't go here? It's home to a reclusive, uncontacted tribe that has violently rejected all outside contact. One of the most unique and incredible places on Earth is not a natural wonder or a man-made structure, but a community of people. North Sentinel Island, located in the Indian Ocean, is the home of the Sentinelese tribe, one of the last remaining uncontacted peoples in the world. For their protection, the Indian government enforces a strict exclusion zone, prohibiting all outsiders from approaching within 5 nautical miles of the island. The Sentinelese have a documented history of attacking anyone who tries to land, as they have no immunity to common diseases and are fiercely protective of their isolation. This island is truly one of the last places on the planet that remains untouched by modern civilization. 11. Mount Vesuvius, Italy, the Red Zone. Why Google can't go here? It's an active volcano with a high-risk zone that is off-limits to the public. Most people know Mount Vesuvius for its catastrophic eruption that buried Pompeii in 79 AD, but it's not a dormant volcano. It is very much active, and over 1 million people live in its red zone, an area designated for mandatory evacuation in the event of an eruption. While tourists can hike to the crater's edge on a designated path, getting off that path and into the most dangerous sections is strictly prohibited. The Italian government's civil protection plan outlines the red zone as an area that will be completely destroyed by a pyroclastic flow, a superheated avalanche of gas and rock. Because of the constant, unmitigated danger, no public-facing digital mapping service, including Street View, is permitted to document these areas. 12. Surtsey Island, Iceland. Why Google can't go here? It's a protected scientific laboratory for studying how life colonizes new land. Born from a volcanic eruption in 1963, Surtsey is one of the world's newest islands. From the moment it emerged from the ocean, scientists began to meticulously study its ecosystem. They wanted to observe, without any human interference, how life would take hold on a completely sterile landmass. To this day, access to Surtsey is severely restricted. Only a handful of scientists with a special permit are allowed to land on the island. They must adhere to strict protocols, including a full-body inspection before landing, to ensure they don't accidentally bring any outside seeds, plants, or insects that could contaminate the research. This is one of the very few places on Earth where humanity's footprint is deliberately kept at zero. 13. The Great Stupa of Sanchi, India. Why Google can't go here? Parts of this ancient Buddhist monument are not digitally mapped out of respect for its historical and religious significance. As one of the oldest stone structures in India, the Great Stupa of Sanchi is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a profound symbol of Buddhist art and architecture. Built by Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, it houses relics of the Buddha and is one of India's most important pilgrimage sites. While the main complex is publicly accessible, certain areas, including the inner sanctum, are not mapped by Google out of respect for its sacred nature. Many religious sites around the world have restrictions on photography and digital mapping, as the process can be seen as disrespectful or a violation of sacred space. 14. Plum Island, Animal Disease Center, USA. Why Google can't go here? It's a high-security biosafety laboratory with a history of studying some of the world's deadliest animal diseases. Located on Plum Island off the coast of Long Island, New York, this research facility is a fortress of biocontainment. For decades, it was the only laboratory in the United States authorized to work with live samples of highly contagious animal diseases like foot and mouth disease. The lab's isolation and high-tech security measures were designed to protect the American livestock industry from catastrophic outbreaks. Access to the island and its facilities is highly restricted to a small number of authorized and vetted employees and visitors. Any unauthorized approach is treated as a major security threat. While the facility is slated for closure and the work will be moved, its legacy as a biohazard fortress keeps it completely off the map. 15. The Tomb of Qinshu Huang, China. Why Google can't go here? It's an unexcavated historical site protected by the government. The terracotta warriors are one of the most famous archaeological discoveries in the world, but they are just one part of a much larger and unexcavated site, the tomb of China's first emperor, Qinshu Huang. While you can visit the pits containing the warriors, the central burial mound containing the emperor's body and all its secrets remains completely untouched. The Chinese government has made the decision not to excavate the tomb, in part to protect the historical artifacts from potential damage from modern technology, and to preserve it for future generations of archaeologists. The tomb is believed to be filled with rivers of mercury and a vast treasure that will likely remain a mystery and off the digital map for centuries to come. 16. The Global Seed Vault, Norway. Why Google can't go here? It's a secure vault with access limited to a few managers and scientists. While you can see the entrance of this magnificent structure on Google Maps, the actual vault itself is located deep inside the mountain and is a fortress of security. Often called the Doomsday Vault, this is the ultimate repository of plant life. It holds over 1 million different seed samples from almost every country in the world, stored in case of a catastrophic global event. The vault is so secure that the only people with keys are a few high-level managers. The seeds are stored at a constant 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, to keep them viable for centuries. For the security of our global food supply, the vault will remain a place seen by only a handful of people. 17. The Catacombs of Paris, the unopened sections, France. Why Google can't go here. The majority of the tunnels are unmapped and structurally unstable. The catacombs are a famous tourist attraction with thousands of people walking through a small, 1-mile section of a vast underground network. However, the true catacombs span over 200 miles beneath the city of Paris. The vast majority of this network is off-limits to the public due to the risk of collapse. It's an illegal, dangerous, and often labyrinthine maze that is not digitally mapped for safety reasons. Unauthorized entry into the tunnels is a crime, and every year, people get lost and have to be rescued by a special police unit. The unlit, claustrophobic tunnels are a perfect example of a place that is too dangerous to be a part of the public digital world. 18. The Bohemian Grove, USA. Why Google can't go here. It's a private, exclusive club with a strict secrecy policy. Located in a remote redwood forest in Northern California, the Bohemian Grove is an elite private men's club that has met annually for over 150 years. Its members include powerful politicians, corporate executives, and artists. The club is famous for its secretive 2-week summer retreat where members engage in private ceremonies and discussions. Journalists, photographers, and, of course, Google Street View are barred from the premises. The club's secrecy and exclusivity have made it the subject of countless conspiracy theories and a symbol of power and privilege that exists outside of public view. 19. Jiangsu National Security Education Museum, China. Why Google can't go here. It's a government museum that is off-limits to foreigners. Located in Nanjing, this museum is dedicated to the history of Chinese espionage and counter-espionage. It contains a collection of documents, gadgets, and relics from China's intelligence history. However, its exhibits are considered so sensitive that the museum is off-limits to all foreigners. It is believed that the exhibits contain information and devices that could compromise China's national security if they were made public. This is a unique example of a public place that is only public to its own citizens, and it will never be digitally mapped for a global audience. 20. Metro 2 Russia. Why Google can't go here. It's a rumored, highly classified secret subway system. For decades, there have been rumors of a second, deeper subway system beneath Moscow, known as Metro 2. It is believed to have been built during the Cold War by Stalin's regime for top-level government officials to evacuate in the event of a nuclear attack. The system is rumored to connect the Kremlin with key military and government bunkers. While the Russian government has never confirmed its existence, the legends persist. Due to its suspected purpose and the fact that it is an alleged military installation, Metro 2 is a perfect example of a place that is off-limits to the public and off the digital map because it simply isn't supposed to exist at all. So we've just explored 20 of the most incredible and off-limits places on Earth. They remind us that for all our technology, there are still some places that are truly off the map. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown and want to see more powerful stories, consider subscribing. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we uncover the secrets of our world. Click here to subscribe and join our community.